Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you're not new, thank you guys so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. Today we are going to be talking about a new fragrance to me, and I was so excited for this release because it was actually created by another YouTuber who heavily influences or has heavily influenced a lot of my fragrance purchases, and that is Stephanie Ledda, I'm pretty sure, here on YouTube. And she came out with her own fragrance line, which I'm so excited about. It's called Ledda. This is the packaging. It's called Ledda 22 Orris. Obviously this was a blind buy, but I knew either way I was going to order it. First of all, because I trust her opinions and we seem to have similar taste, hence the reason she has influenced a lot of my purchases, but also either way just to support her channel because I've been watching her for a very long time. This is her first release. The packaging, can we just give it the moment it deserves? Like, let's address the elephant in the room. My label, I feel like normal people wouldn't even notice this, but I have OCD, which is literally a curse. And so my label came crooked and now I can't unsee it. Do you know what I mean? Can you see it? Can you clearly see it? Anyways, we're ignoring it. We're ignoring it. She's still beautiful. That's petty. I understand. Most people's brains don't work like mine. The bottle's gorgeous. It slightly reminds me of the Chloe bottles, which is just like minimalistic and chic and gorgeous. So that's what she looks like. Let's get into the notes. The notes of this. Obviously it was a blind buy. Oh, by the way, it came, I live in Canada, so just know that if you're also Canadian, I got it on sale during Black Friday, and even though I got it on sale, I got it for like $100, but then I had to pay $30 in duties and customs. So just know that you will get hit with customs. The top notes: pear leaf, pink pepper, wild freesia. The middle notes: sheer jasmine, lily of the valley, and orris. The dry down says sandalwood, marshmallow musk, and it says a touch of moss. So usually I do not watch reviews on a fragrance that I'm gonna buy and review. I never do that, but because I was blind buying it, I was just very curious. So I only watched one other review, and it was by, I think, Makeup by Cheryl. She's another Canadian YouTuber, and it's because, again, I trust her opinion and she influences my purchases, so I feel like I could trust her. And she was saying that, so Stephanie Ledda said that this is different than anything she has in her collection, which intrigued me. And then when I watched Makeup by Cheryl's video, she was saying that like she doesn't really get like the freshness because this is supposed to be like a fresh kind of sweet scent. She was saying the freshness for her is only in the opening, and then she's left with like this fluffy kind of sweet scent, which I was so excited to hear because, you know, I love that. Let's get into how it smells. I will say right off the bat, I've worn this a couple times, and when I first sprayed it, I agree, it does smell like something like vaguely familiar, but it's just probably just like the orris note. Maybe that's like a familiar kind of scent to me. So there's something like familiar, but I can't say that I own anything in my collection that smells like this, because truly I don't own anything that smells like this in my collection. In the opening of this, I get like a green kind of like freshness. It's green and it's like slightly sharp in the opening. Fresh, green, and sharp in the opening. The sharpness fades, thank God, because I don't like sharp scents. The sharpness fades, and then I do get like a subtly sweet, fluffy scent. The orris, the marshmallow musk. It's giving me like a sweet fluffiness. Think like velvet. It's smooth. It's not too loud. Or maybe not velvet, but like maybe like velour, okay, something like that. Like it's a little bit fluffy, it's a little bit sweet, but subtly, it's soft, it's subdued, but the freshness on me, on my skin, sticks around, which I'm not mad at. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't trigger me. If it was something like neroli, I would not do it. It's fresh, it's sweet, it's soft, it's not trying too hard, it's very subtle. The freshness doesn't bother me, but do I wish it would have faded and I was just left with like a sweet marshmallow musk? Absolutely I do, because you know me, I'm a creature of habit and I like sweet scents, and I don't love fresh scents, so I guess you should note that. If you're new here, I don't love fresh scents. I don't love to smell clean, but with that being said, it's not overly fresh. It's kind of soft, but it is like a fresh kind of sweet, fluffy scent. It's really hard to describe because it's not overly anything. It's not like overly sweet, it's not like overly fresh, it's not anything. This is literally like a fragrance that is like effortlessly kind of elegant, chic, soft. You know, she's not trying too hard. You can smell her, but I have to let you into my bubble to smell her. And she's beautiful. Like, I feel like this could easily be a signature scent. You could wear it any time because, again, like, it's not too much of anything. It's very, like, inoffensive. It does smell sweet. It does smell like soft, sweet, fluffy in a way, but also like fresh, somewhat like clean. And this is why literally I chose this outfit, because I was trying to match the vibe. Because if this fragrance was an aesthetic, when the second I smelled this, if I had to match this to like an aesthetic, this would be like the clean girl aesthetic. If you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. Like crisp white shirt, neutral colors, minimal like makeup. Mine's a little bit more than minimal, but it is what it is. Like simple gold jewelry, slick back hair. Like I feel like effortlessly chic, not trying too hard, like very like a little bit like classy, sophisticated, a little bit bougie, somewhat elegant. There's an elegance to this, but it's not one that I would, there's certain fragrances like that are just too elegant. I feel like I have to be dressed up to wear them. I don't feel like that with this. I do, however, feel like I would only wear this during the day, but that's a me preference, and that's because that freshness, I would never wear a fresh scent at nighttime. I don't want to smell like fresh at nighttime. I would want something a little bit deeper, sexier. This to me, because it gives me like that clean girl aesthetic, I associate it like with an outfit like this during the day. You know what I mean? Like I showered, I got ready for my day, I look put together. I feel like you could somewhat dress this down, but this is not a super casual fragrance, okay? I feel like you could pretty much wear it every day, but this isn't one that I would reach for if I was wearing joggers. But I also at the same time wouldn't feel like I needed to be super dressed up, if that makes sense. So I feel like a happy medium, you know? It could be casual with jeans and like a crisp white shirt, but just not like super casual like sweatpants, because I feel like there is a little bit, there's a fluff, there's a little bit of like an elegance and like a slight sophistication to this. She's honestly not trying too hard, but she's like classically elegant and beautiful. And I really like her. She's not something I would typically buy only because of that freshness, but because of that I don't own anything like it in my collection, and I feel like she will definitely have a place. And she's not offensive. Every time I've worn her, by the way, she lasted for at least I keep saying I do that, at least 5 hours, but did sit closer to the skin. But it wasn't like a skin scent, you know, but it did sit closer to my skin, so just know that. Lasting power wasn't really a problem, but it doesn't like project so much. You would have to come in and smell her. She sits closer to the skin, but I feel like that matches the vibe because, like I said, it's not trying too hard. It's not one of those ones that's like super loud and like, look at me. It's like, she knows her worth. She knows where she is, and she doesn't need you to know. She knows. So yeah, I really like it. I agree, it's different than anything that I have. I wish it would have played a little sweeter on my skin, but that's just a me problem. And with that said, because of that, I feel like she's different. She's different than anything I own, and I really actually like it. The only thing I will say is that for me personally, I will only wear it during the day, but that's okay. It's a day scent for me. Also, I feel like this is easy to gift because it's so like not offensive. It's not offensive at all, and I feel like because it's different, they won't own anything like this. So if you know someone who likes fragrances, I feel like this would make a great gift because it's not too much of anything. It's not too loud. It's not too offensive. If you know someone who's maybe sensitive to scents, I feel like this would be good for them because, like I said, she's just not trying too hard. She's just like effortlessly elegant, put together, and beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a very like feminine scent. It reminds me kind of, not the scent, but if you've ever smelled, what's it called? Is it called Reserve fragrances? Maybe I'll try and put a picture. It's like the skin one. It has like the purple butterfly on it, and it's like a very classic, like softer kind of beautiful, like musky scent. That's kind of like the same scent family. Not the same, but the same scent family. What is it called? It's gonna drive me crazy. Clean Reserve, maybe? I think that's what it is. I'm gonna Google it right now because it's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, okay, so the bottle that I'm talking about, the fragrance that I'm talking about, that this reminds me of, the same scent family, not the same like scent in general, but that kind of like soft, not trying too hard, but still like beautiful and slightly elegant. is Clean Reserve, the skin one. It has the purple label and like a little purple dragonfly or something on it. I feel like that one is subtle and beautiful, slightly elegant. If you like that one, I feel like you would love this. It's not the same, but the same type of like family of fragrance. Sweet, but not overly sweet. Not gourmand. This isn't a gourmand. It's just like slightly sweet. On me anyways. Congrats, Steph, Ledda, on your fragrance line, because I feel like you killed it for a first fragrance. Like, it's, the scent in itself is beautiful. The bottle is beautiful. I love the packaging of this. It's so like chic. And to display on my vanity, I love like kind of simple, elegant bottles like this. Again, that's preference. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on my other socials. They're always linked down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.